My name's George Gallop. I was born in 1929. My knee's gone to sleep, I think. How old that makes me now, I can't work it out for the moment. Still, I'm young at heart. I'm a professional photographer, or retired now. I spent about 40 years taking photographs. I did all sorts. I worked for the newspapers. I did a lot of public relation work. I did royal visits. I loved it. Wouldn't have changed it for the world. When I was evacuated during the war years, I lived with the village signalman. I used to go up into the box and spend a few hours with him. And of course I used to see all these trains going by. And I always noticed the firemen on the engine there shoveling coal. At the age of 14 and a half, my father had gone down to the railway to make a few inquiries for me, and they said, oh, he'll have to come back when he's 15. After a couple of days, I had a letter to say that I could start as a temporary engine cleaner, and that's what I did. One day, I went down to get a can of hot water for the tea. I put my hand on the buffer, and I heard a clink at the other end. And I jumped, and that load of trucks went flying past me. That'd have been me, that. So I was very lucky there. Time went on. We gradually went out onto the locomotives firing as a fireman. But because I'd started on the railway at 14 and a half, I was quite an old hand, and I never went back cleaning once I started firing at the age of 16. When you were out firing, it was just you and the driver. Well, the driver was that old. I was just the lad that did the shoveling on the engine. Lots of railwaymen used to fry their egg and bacon on the shovels. And before you put your egg and bacon on there, you naturally washed it off and dried it. You didn't need to be in there very long because you'd have burnt your bacon. I was due to go on to the passenger relief link, but I got called up instead. Unfortunately, when you had a medical and an x-ray, they found I had a scar on the lung. Of course, I never went back to the railway after that. Being a photographer was the longest job that I had, actually.